Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. Today's video is going to be my updated makeup inventory. I have waited way too long to do this. I do have a few things to touch on before we jump into it, so if you're not interested in like the few like disclaimers and also just like an update, then you can skip to this time on the screen. But I have not filmed one of these since December. I think I had intended to do these quarterly and then I just didn't. I think because I was on the no-buy, I felt like I didn't need to film an update, but looking back, I definitely should have. So I'm a little bit disappointed that I did not film one in like April or May, but it's August now. There's nothing I can do about it. This is what my collection is like now, but it would have been a lot smaller back in April or May before I broke my low buy on purpose. So that's that. I'm gonna have my last inventory video linked down below. You guys can see the photos of all of the products in that category. I'm gonna be showing my updated collection, and by each category, I'll be showing you guys a photo in this video. But if you wanna see what they looked like in December, I'll have that video linked for you. I'm also gonna have linked a couple of my low buy videos that kind of explain the journey that I've been on since January up until now in August. I was on a low buy up until the beginning of May where I broke it by choice. I had kind of like made the decision to do that over several weeks, but I'm gonna have all those videos linked down below if you're kind of curious to see like maybe how my collection might have changed since the beginning of the year. Yeah. Another thing is that I noticed as I was watching back December's video that I was kind of justifying each category. I'm not gonna be doing that in this video. I'm honestly very happy with where my collection is at. At one point, I might have wanted my collection to be slightly smaller than where it is right now, but honestly, I don't really feel the need to justify how much makeup I own to you guys or myself, so I'm not going to be doing that in this video. I don't really know why I did that in my last one. So lastly, if you guys like the makeup I have on my face, I did create this look in a chat to get ready with me on Wednesday, so I'm going to have that linked for you as well. All I did was change the lipstick to this Ulta Beauty lip crayon. This was a free with purchase one. I don't know the shade of it. It didn't actually have a shade, but that's the only difference. If you want to see that look, I'm going to link that video for you and you can watch it. That is kind of everything I wanted to get out of the way, so let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to be sharing pictures of what my collection looks like right now, so let's jump into primers. I currently have 8 primers in my collection. I have one under eye primer. This is kind of like a skincare slash makeup product, but I use it underneath makeup, so I'm going to count it as makeup. So one of those, 3 minis and 4 regulars, like regular size. And then in my last update, I had 6 primers. So it's kind of grown a little bit there from 6 to 8. For foundations, I have 8 foundations in my collection right now, and they are all full sized. I really like all of these. This was a very fun and like satisfying picture to take, this kind of category of my makeup inventory. So very, very excited about all of these foundations. And in my last update, I had 10 foundations. So we've used up a couple since then, kind of switched them around. So we've got 8 now. For concealers, we've doubled our number. I have 8 concealers in my collection right now. They're all regular sizes, and I like a lot of them. I found some really great concealers this year. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing my concealers ranked in a video, and also like any other categories if you want to see any ranking videos, because I feel like I've found some real concealer gems this year and kind of fallen in love with that category of makeup. In my last update, I had 4 concealers, so like I said, we've doubled this number. For powders, I have 5 powders. I've got 3 loose powders, 1 pressed powder, and 1 that's pressed, but it's more like a finishing powder. So that's gonna bring us up to the total of 5 in this category. And in my last update, we had 4 powders total. For setting spray, I've got 4. I've got 2 mini setting sprays and 2 regular size setting sprays. This is a category where I feel like I don't use it every single day. I've been struggling with a lot of transfer from my mascara, and I've been noticing that setting spray in general kind of makes that worse. So I either have to put setting spray on and then wait several minutes for it to be completely dry before I add mascara, or I kind of have to cover up my eyes to put setting spray on. Then I can't cover up my hairline very well, so I feel like I'm not using them as much, but I do have 4 in my collection, and in our last update, we just had 3. Something that's slightly different for this update is that I did again decide to put my face palettes in their own category, and this is going to be any face product that has more than 1 pan. So like any duos are also going to be in this category. So I've got 9 total. 3 of these are traditional face palettes where they have multiple different kind of categories within the palettes, and then 6 of them are face duos, whether that is a bronzer and highlight duo or just a blush duo that has the powder and cream version in it. I've got 9 total, and that's the same from December. 9 different ones. They're not the same, but I do still have 9 in my collection. For bronzers, these are just single bronzers. This is a category that I've gotten very into this year. I feel like I've just really fallen back in love with makeup this year. I kind of had like a little bit of a rut, I want to say last summer, where I just like wasn't into any makeup, and then I started to kind of get back into it towards the end of the year. But now I've really been kind of shifting my focus away from eyeshadow and more towards base products, and I feel like I found so many good ones this year. So for bronzer, I have 8. I have 4 powders, 1 cream, and 3 liquids, and these are just the single pan bronzers. You guys saw some of those in my face duos, but these are just the single bronzers. I've got 8 of them, and in the last update I had 5. For blush, I still have 13. I had 13 in my last update. I have 7 powder, 1 cream, and 5 liquid. And I really love blush. That's another category that I feel like I've been very into this year, so I'm really enjoying this category. For single highlights, I have 7. This is 3 more than I used to have. I had 4 in December, but now I have 7. I have 4 powders, 2 liquids, and 1 cream. Again, this is another category that I feel like I'm really enjoying, especially powder highlights lately. I've just been really liking those. For the eyeliner category, I have 13 in this category now. I have tried a couple new like liquid eyeliners in the past year. So I have 4 liquid ones, 7 pencil, and 2 potted. And in my last update, I had 11. So I've added a couple. I don't really use eyeliners a ton, but I feel like with eyeliners, it's quick to get a lot and you don't even realize it, because you can have some that are so many different textures, formulas, different just like ways to apply them, and also different colors. So I feel like it makes sense to have more eyeliners than you might would realize that you even own, because it's just fun to like change up your look with a different color or different texture of an eyeliner, being like a pencil liner or a liquid one. So I really like this category, even though I don't really use them quite as much as my other ones. For single shadows, this is a little bit of a change from my last update. In my last update, I said I had 17, and I gave you 2 numbers. 17 was the one that I said if you counted every single pan as an individual one, but instead I decided that for my single shadows, I pretty much house these single powder ones in a palette. I sometimes will split up this little quad into a separate container, but they all fit into like one palette. And then I also have the duo from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. That's 2 blue shades. So I decided to count this as one palette and that as one palette. So you're gonna see these reflected in my palette category. For singles, this image that you're seeing is what I'm counting as my singles. And I decided that for the Nabla Miami Glitter palette, it's just gonna be 1, because I don't really use them that often, and honestly I just feel like that palette in my head is just one product because you buy it separately. So I've decided that that is going to be 1. So in total I have 6 single shadows, and these are just like the individually packaged ones, as well as that Nabla palette. That's kind of why that number is so different, with it being 6 this time versus 17 in December. So I'm just thinking that that just makes more sense to me, because that's how I store my makeup and that's how I even think about it. So that's kind of where I want my numbers to be reflected. For brow products, it's the exact same number. I had 5 and I still have 5. I have 1 pencil, 2 markers, and 2 gel sort of products, either colored or clear. They're both in that gel category, but I have 5 brow products total. I honestly don't really like brow products that much. I feel like I recently have been a lot more excited about brows from my NYX brow marker and then the Anastasia clear brow gel, but in general, I feel like brows are just something that I feel like I do because it makes my face look more complete, but I also don't enjoy filling in my brows. I'm not very surprised that there's only 5 brow products. For eyeshadow primers, I do have a lot more than I used to. I used to have 5 and I now have 8. I have 7 kind of regular eye primers that you use for mattes or shimmers, and then I have 1 glitter glue. I've been trying to kind of figure out which one is the best, because I was really obsessed with the NARS Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base, but I don't really purchase from NARS anymore. So I'm trying to figure out what's the best other than that one. So I've been trying a lot. So I used to have 5 and I now have 8. Mascaras, I have a lot open. I have 6 open mascaras right now, and I've honestly really been enjoying it. I feel like because I opened several that were just kind of like meh, I just kept opening more because I actually do keep like a little stash of mascaras, whether or not I use points for them or get them free with purchase or something. That's mostly how mascaras come into my collection. But right now I have 1 waterproof one that I purchased for when I'm outside and kind of like in the heat and sweating and don't really want my mascara transferring all over my face. And then I've got 3 regular ones and 2 minis. So probably more than I need to have open, considering I do get rid of them every 3 months, but I'm fine with my collection. So that's how many are open. And in December, I had 5 that were open. For lip liners, I have 12. I had 11 in December. I picked up a couple Kokie lip liners, and then I think I'd already had the Juvia's Place ones. I think that's the difference there, is the Kokie one. And those are really great lip liners, by the way. So that's where that number's coming from. And then for lipsticks, this time I actually decided to combine liquid lipsticks and bullet lipsticks in one because I only own 2 liquid lipsticks. So last time I had a total of 31 in those 2 categories, and this time for lipstick I have 28. I'm pretty happy with my lipstick collection. I feel like I've got a lot of variety here. I've got a lot of different lip crayons as well as bullet lipsticks. So I'm very happy with that number. And just, well, not with the number, but like just with the collection in general, I feel like I don't really have a lot of gaps in my collection as far as lipstick goes, and I really enjoy using different ones. For lip glosses, I have 13. I had 7 in December, but I've picked up several lip oils since then, and I decided to consider lip oils in the lip gloss category. I have 3 lip oils and 10 lip glosses. I feel like that's a pretty good balance for me because I do prefer, well, I don't know, I was gonna say I prefer lip gloss to lip oils, but really what it is that I just got into lip oils, and so I feel like that's why I have more lip glosses, but there's like a solid lip oil too that's included in that 3. So I really have been enjoying lip glosses, especially this summer. So that makes sense to have 13. Palettes are a little high this time. Last time I had 22, and this time I've got 29. I am so happy with my palettes in my collection right now though. I have this picture, and you're probably noticing the Kathleen Lights palette on the bottom is photoshopped in. It was on the way to me in the mail when I took these pictures, so I'm gonna have to like Photoshop it for the image, but I wanted to have it included in this. But when I look at all of my palettes, I feel so excited by them. I've got 5 Nomad palettes, which is like what's kind of jumping me up there because I ordered 3 new ones recently. And I've also won one in a giveaway, so I've added quite a few palettes, but I feel like that's the one category where I actually do want to kind of slow down on that because I don't want to feel like I have too many palettes that I couldn't even use one every day of the month if I wanted to. So that's kind of a category where I do feel like I need to slow down. But being that my single shadows are also included in that as 2 palettes, it kind of makes sense. And sometimes I use multiple palettes. This is also considering things that are quads or just have like a few pans in them. I don't have any super massive palettes. So yeah, 29 total, and I had 22 in December. So that is all of the categories of my makeup inventory. So in total last time, if you counted my singles kind of like I counted them this time as palettes, I had 161 products in my collection, and right now I have 190 products in my collection. 190 I feel like is fine. I feel like for me, I was so caught up in that total number and thinking it shouldn't be over 100 or 150, but honestly, if I'm enjoying all of the makeup in my collection, and more importantly, if I'm using all of the makeup in my collection, I just don't care what the number is. It doesn't matter. I feel like as long as my makeup fits in the generalized area that I like to keep my makeup, sometimes I reorganize things. I really like to reorganize stuff a lot. So I'll kind of move things around, but as long as they stay in my IKEA drawers and my desk drawer with a couple little cups on top, I'm fine with that. I don't want to feel like I'm just overwhelmed with makeup, but I don't feel like that right now. However, I did update you guys in Wednesday's video that I'm going to be kind of putting a pause on makeup spending until like the Black Friday time of the year because I just want to enjoy what's in my collection. I've added so many new products since May that I'm really enjoying and honestly getting so much use out of, but I also want to continue to use up some products and see some use in some other ones. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm not on a no-buy. I do have a couple gift cards to Ulta and Sephora, so I was very, very lucky for some friends to give me those for my birthday, but outside of spending those gift cards on products, I'm gonna just be limiting what comes into my collection. I might pick up something here or there. If something new comes out that I'm really, really wanting to try, I will try it, but I'm not gonna be just like picking up stuff just because. So that's kind of where I'm at with my collection right now. I really hope that you guys enjoyed hearing my updated makeup inventory. I hope I can remember to film these more often, so I do plan to update you at the end of the year. Hopefully the numbers will go down only because I really want to use up some makeup. But what I'm noticing is that I really like to refresh my collection around the time of my birthday in July, as well as the Black Friday sort of area in the year. So I'm thinking that moving forward, those are gonna be like my 2 refresh times of the year, and potentially one like right around April or May to kind of bridge the gap between that Black Friday to July. I think I might have like a small refresh in that point because I really like to know my collection. And then once I really know my collection, I kind of know like where the gaps are in my collection or things I might want to change or add or just anything like that. So I feel like that's kind of where I'm at with my makeup habits and my collection in general. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more content from me, and of course if you want to see more makeup inventories from me in the future. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.